I'm going to start this video by saying Call on Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Shalom to the brothers that are preaching and teaching the truth worldwide. I want to say Shalom to the hopeful elect. Today's lesson is a vaccine update. I got a couple different articles that I want to get into today. This first article right here, it says CDC sends COVID-19 vaccine guidance with fall timeline. This article came out September 2nd, 2020. Today is, I want to say October 13th. So let me check. Yeah, October 13th. So it's a little bit over a month ago. So right here in this article, it says the federal agency sending checklists and priority lists to all 50 states and 5 large cities as it prepares for vaccine approval. So government already has sent out these checklists to the different cities, to the different 50 states, and pretty sure the states are sent it down to the different municipalities throughout the states. So the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention sent guidance last week to all 50 states, territories, and 5 cities that address coronavirus 2019 COVID-19 vaccine guidance, including the criteria and potential scenario that vaccine could be distributed as early as the end of October. So that's no more than about a couple weeks away from today. And what they have called phase 1. According to a report in the New York Times, the 5 cities are New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, Houston, and San Antonio. I got another article dealing with what's going on in San Antonio. In the guidance, the CDC outlines 2 vaccines labeled as Vaccine A and Vaccine B, with varying amounts of shipments, storage, and orders and administration. Availability for Vaccine A will be approximately 2 million doses by late October. So for Vaccine A, they looking to have approximately 2 million doses by late October, 10 to 20 million by late November, and 20 to 30 million doses by the end of December. Now, the availability for Vaccine B will be approximately 1 million by late October, 10 million by late November, and 15 million doses by the end of December. While there will be limited amount vaccines in the remaining months of 2020, the CDC said production will ramp up next year. So that's just going over, 2 different vaccines, A and B, and the amount of dosage that they're looking to have through different time frames for the latter part of 2020. And I got another article. This right here is getting into San Antonio, as that's one of the cities that they trying to send those different flu shots to. It's like not flu shots, but the COVID-19 vaccine. So right here, this says Metro Health to use mass flu shot clinics as pilot tests for COVID-19 vaccine rollout. So in San Antonio, they have what they plan on doing a mass flu shot clinic as a pilot program for when they get ready to roll out that COVID-19 vaccine in San Antonio. I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip right here.
As the country waits for a COVID-19 vaccine, the city of San Antonio is already working on its rollout plan. In a presentation to city council members today, Assistant...
That's Salakia. This came out about a week ago, October 7th, 2020, so it's fairly recent. Came out last week.
City Manager Colleen Bridger told them what they're expecting. Garrett Berger walks us through what we know now and how the city might just get a dry run.
The wait for a vaccine is an anxious one, but speaking to city council members today, the city's lead on the COVID-19 response said that even if a vaccine is available in November, it would be in extremely small doses.
We think that the supply will actually be more readily available in late spring or summer of 2021.
The city's not sure what kind of vaccine it will get, but right now it does expect when one becomes available, critical infrastructure and essential workers will get first priority.
So healthcare workers, EMS, fire, education.
For now, the city is preparing, getting a distribution plan ready to send off to the CDC next week for input. Bridger didn't provide details on what it contains, though she said the city plans to use some of its mass flu vaccine clinics as a pilot test for its mass COVID-19 vaccination.
So this will allow us to test out what works, what doesn't work, tweak it, and be more prepared to do this with the COVID-19 vaccine.
The city plans to do at least one such mass flu shot clinic in each quadrant of the city. But it's not just about practice for COVID-19. Bridger says this is one of the most important years to get your flu shot. The city has more than 50 flu clinic events with its community partners and has bought more than double the number of vaccines it normally does.
We are working with local, state, and federal partners to make sure that every time somebody turns around, they have an opportunity to get a flu shot.
Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Did you hear that, devil? So every time someone turns around, they will have the opportunity of getting a flu shot. So if this is the mock, the trial run, the pilot test that they're using for the flu shot, that's how this devil plan on setting it up for the COVID-19. Every time you turn around, you will have the opportunity to get that COVID-19 vaccine. See what I'm saying? So, hey, as being watchmen, see what I'm saying, we gotta put this information out so that ultimately we understand that the elect of the nation of Israel won't be, deceived by Esau Edom. But we still, we got to sound that trumpet. You see what I'm saying? To let our people know actually what's going on. Because Jake don't like to research nothing. Jake too busy want to watch, the NBA finals and all this other madness, instead of, just all you got to do is do a simple, Google search, vaccine, COVID-19 vaccine update. But Jake don't want to do that. So, hey, that's why we make these videos, these lessons, to edify, the house of David. And, hey, to put the word out there to let Jake don't take this vaccine. And ultimately don't take the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. And I have another article. This is here. This is from the local news here in Nashville, Tennessee, where I'm located. So this is from Fox 17. Nashville public health leader says Tennessee expects to get vaccine as early as November 10th. This article came out October 9th. So read on down. It says Dr. Wright issued a clarification on the report saying the state could have the vaccine as early as November 10th, but the state has not contacted the city's health department with a date. We haven't heard anything from the state yet on when we'll be getting a vaccine other than for them to tell us at some point we're going to have a vaccine and we need to be planning for it. So internally, we started a whole planning process to get ready for this. Yeah, because the CDC sent this information out back in September. Just looking at what's been said from the drug companies that are manufacturing this, they're producing vaccine at the same time they're testing the vaccine. So this devil is producing vaccines, all the while he's actually running the test on. Don't even know if it's going to be quote unquote safe, but hey, that's what you do when you deal with the devil. He don't care. If the vaccine works, then they will, through the FDA, ask for approval. If they get approval, then that will ship out, and it will ship out fairly quickly because they've already got it made. Dr. Wright. So this devil's already producing the vaccine because he's ultimately got it set up where he's going to get approved and he's going to push it on the masses of the people anyway. So, hey, so I got a couple scriptures. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. See, we're not ignorant of Esau, Edom's device. We understand that, hey, this devil works in gradualism. See what I'm saying? So by the masses of the people, succumbing to wearing all the different masks, and that's basically them bowing down to submitting to what this devil ultimately is trying to do. You got a few pockets of people uprising here and there, but for the most part, they've lifted the mask ordinance in different parts of the area, but you still see a good majority of the people still wearing the mask, because I want to say a lot of these surrounding counties here in Nashville, they've lifted it, but you still have people putting the mask on, because I want to say it's up to the stores if they want to enforce it. If they're gonna enforce the mask mandate. It's not mandated by the city per se, but here in Nashville they getting a little bit more stricter. So as the scripture say, 2 Corinthians 2:11, it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant that, hey, this devil ultimately wants to chip chip the population of the world with the RFID chip, so that he could have control over you. I got Ephesians 6:11. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. So you got to put on the whole armor of the Heavenly Father. So I'm saying you can't put on part of the armor, because then, hey, you'll be subject to the different tricks of Satan. So that's the reason why you got to put on the whole armor of the Heavenly Father. That way when you put on the whole armor, you can see through this devil's bullshit. See what I'm saying? If this was such a pandemic, what he calls it, you wouldn't have to tell me there's a pandemic. See what I'm saying? So if it's raining outside and I walk outside and I see it's raining, you don't have to tell me it's raining. I physically see it's raining. So if all these people around the world are so-called, dying the way, they were portrayed on the TV, you wouldn't have to tell me that. I would be able to find out by seeing it. I would be getting messages on my phone from family members saying such died. Now, I do know someone who's died from it, but this person, it was like 80-some years old. See what I'm saying? So, yes, people are dying from it, but the way that this devil is inflating the number, a lot of these people had underlying conditions. They had other ailments that contributed to it. Just like if you could be sick with cancer, and then if you get a pneumonia, because your body's already broken down, a lot of times you'll pass away. So hopefully this lesson was edifying. Till next time, shalom.